I think if I see another talking head out there trying to guess what the Federal Reserve is going to do, you're going to go another quarter basis point. I think they're going to go another quarter, and then they're going to stand pat. Oh, I don't think that they should. It doesn't matter. All right? Doesn't matter. The Fed cannot lower inflation right now, kids. Can't do it. Can't do it, and I'm going to explain to you why. First and foremost, what the Fed needs to do, we've made this perfectly clear, is to put up, I don't care, raise a quarter basis point, but then go the blank away. Go away. Let the rate, just walk away. I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see from you. We don't need rate cuts later on this year. Even if the economy weakens, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let rates settle where they are. Just get the hell out of Dodge. But again, we got an election coming up, so the Fed will be politicized again, guaranteed. Anyway, you have any idea? You have any idea how much regulatory costs are in the United States a year? What it costs the economy? What it costs you and I? Guess? $2 trillion. $2 trillion a year in regulatory costs. Now, if we were to assume, I don't know, I kind of figured out, the population of the United States is around 330 million. That's every man, woman, and child in the United States. That equates to about $6,000 per person a year. Okay, regulatory costs. Are they not inflationary? When the government forces a business to do something a certain way, it might make their product more expensive. And who pays? Who pays? Oh, businesses. No. Business just pass that cost on down to you. Again, this is just the reality of the world and Econ 101, which unfortunately most people, quite frankly, don't understand. It's getting back into that argument in regards to corporate taxes. Tax corporations, raise the taxes on them. All they're going to do is pass the costs on down to the consumer. It's a cost of doing business. So let's go through this current, it's a storm, okay? Tsunamis of regulations that are coming down the pike that's going to make everything more expensive. Now, before I do that, we're already starting to see murmurs and rumors and this and that in regards to various different central banks, European Central Bank, that they're starting to recognize that this low 2% target, even our Fed's 2% target, I said it's a joke. It really is. It's a joke. They're not, based upon what the government is doing right now and the added costs, they're not going to get it down to 2%. No way. Not with the current crop of characters. Not with the current crew that is in there. It's just not going to happen. Anyway, let's look at these costs. Okay, first and foremost, the president signed an executive order directing federal agencies to invest in disadvantaged communities disproportionately affected by pollution and climate change. Can somebody give me a neighborhood that's been affected by climate change? Huh? Anybody? What municipality, what city has been affected by climate change? I could really say, you know what, we've been affected by it and actually prove it. I mean, again, in a court of law, you can go back, forever and ever and ever and take a look at other, extreme weather measures, whatever it may be throughout history, and make the entire thing into a joke. But affected by pollution and climate change. We've got a new office, again, more government workers, of environmental justice to coordinate all environmental justice efforts across the federal government and require agencies to notify nearby communities if toxic substances are released from a federal facility. Again, we don't do this already. This is not part of the EPA. Listen, okay, I'm a realistic greenie, okay? I live in the real world. Okay. I'm conservative. I like to conserve. Okay. All that stuff drives me absolutely berserk. Okay. And companies that pollute and do all that, they need to be punished. I get all of that. But don't we have this already? Isn't this superfluous? Yeah, it is. And it's going to raise costs. Okay. The EPA is going to propose, okay, this is your energy costs. The EPA is going to propose first controls on greenhouse gases from power plants. If the regulation is implemented, it will be the first time the federal government has limited carbon emissions from existing power plants, which generate 25% of U.S. greenhouse gases. Okay. Them to capture the pollution from their smokestacks, technology used by fewer than 20 of the nation's 3,400 coal and gas-fired plants. This regulation will be the first time the federal government has restricted carbon dioxide emissions from existing power plants, which generate about 25% of the planet warming pollution produced by the United States. It would also apply to future plants. Again, people may want this. Okay, they think that this is a great idea. I think this is a wonderful idea. You know what? We want to, clean out the air. We don't want that carbon going into the air. And that's an argument for another day that I think is, again, patently absurd. Your energy costs are going to go up. So when they do, don't bitch. Don't complain. Again, you want to go carbon free? We could do that. You go nuclear. But again, you can't build any nuclear power plants here in the United States. Hey, the big banks won't even finance them because of all the regulations that are involved and how difficult it is to get these things done. So I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I mean, we're shutting them down. Why would we do that? Again, expect to pay more. It's inflationary. What does this do? This adds to the cost of businesses. They're going to have to raise their prices across the board. It's gotten insane everywhere and how expensive things have gotten. Okay. And by the way, all those green energy credits that are being passed around like candy on Halloween, 90%. 90% are going to big banks, big businesses. They're getting 90% of those credits out there. Again, I explained this, how Washington, D.C. has become such a power center. You have to be. You're a big business. You're a big corporation. You better have offices in D.C. You better have a bunch of lobbyists, a bunch of people working for you because you want that government money. You want that government money. They all talk about, it's just corporate welfare. What the hell is this? What, EV credits are not corporate welfare? Solar panel credits are not corporate welfare? Here's a quick story. Just popped into my head. It's going back. This is during Obama's reign. And he is trying to, he's got his Green Jobs Initiative, and 2008, 2009, he comes in and he gives all of these subsidies and gives money to states. To try to convince people to put solar panels on the roof of their house. So I get a phone call one day from the solar cell salesman. And the solar cell salesman says, I got great news for you, Chris. We've got great news for you. We Google Earthed your house. And they asked me what I paid a month in electricity costs. Again, a house with 7 people living in it, my in-laws and my kids and family. So just a decent amount of energy. But anyway, neither here nor there. And he's great. Just a calculation. You know what? For $35,000, okay, we can put solar panels on the roof of your house. And I'm like, okay, obviously I continue to listen. Sometimes you just need to shut up and let these guys keep talking. And, keeps talking. Then I'm like, well, how much will these panels save me a month? And something like $150. And I'm saying to myself, oh, what? Well, you want me to spend $35,000? $35,000 on something that, again, is going to degrade over time to save $150 a month. The guy's like, wait. He had the answer for me right then and there. He's like, whoa, we got tax credits. You get the federal tax credit. And then if you got the state one too. If you do it right now, it's going to run out of money. You get the state one too, and then you're going to only end up paying like, $18,000, $20,000. This is great. And I kind of ended the conversation. I said, so let me get this straight. You think that I want to go ahead and have my country borrow money from China to purchase solar panels from China that are inefficient by any sort of sane way of thinking? You want me to do that? You think that that's something I'm going to do? And he kind of shut up and kind of got off the phone. But anyway, it's what happens. And we're seeing it, like I said, one new regulation after another one. Your prices are not going down, kids. They're going up. WatchDog on WallStreet.com.